Hello and welcome back to the channel. Now today I'm going to talk about something that's probably going to blow your mind. You've all heard about adrenaline and we know that it instigates the fight or flight response. But what if I told you that adrenaline might be running the show behind some of your reactions even when you're not in danger? Stick with me because today we're going to be looking at how adrenaline is secretly controlling your emotions and how you can take back control. Before we talk about how adrenaline affects your emotions, let's make sure we're all on the same page about what exactly is adrenaline. Adrenaline's produced by your adrenal glands when you're stressed or feel threatened. It's your body's natural alarm system. When it's released, your heart rate spikes, your blood pressure increases, and your body gets ready to take action. Whether it's running from a bear or giving a big presentation at work, it's your body's survival mechanism, and here's where things get tricky. This same mechanism can start triggering emotional reactions, even when you don't need to fight or run. Studies out of Harvard Medical School have found that adrenaline doesn't just prepare your body to move quickly, it also impacts your brain, especially your emotional brain, the amygdala. The amygdala is part of your brain responsible for processing emotions, and when adrenaline hits, it can cause an emotional response that's bigger than the situation actually warrants. But have you ever had a small stressor that has set off a big emotional reaction? Adrenaline could be the culprit. Now let's break down how adrenaline impacts your emotions specifically. When adrenaline floods your system, it doesn't just make your body ready to act. It also primes your emotional state to respond to danger, real or perceived. In fact, adrenaline activates your sympathetic nervous system, which is responsible for fight or flight mode. But here's the interesting thing. Studies from Stanford University show that adrenaline rush doesn't just happen during life-threatening situations. It can be triggered by any kind of stress, whether it's traffic, tough work deadlines, or difficult conversations. And when that happens, your emotional reactions are no longer just about what's going on in the moment. They're amplified by the adrenaline in your system. This means that you might be overacting emotionally to situations because your body is still in the fight or flight mode, even if there's no immediate danger. It's like your emotional reactions are hijacked by your body's own chemistry. So where does anxiety fit into all of this? Adrenaline doesn't just make us more reactive. It can actually create a feedback loop that keeps us stuck in anxious or stressed out states. When your body's constantly in a state of heightened alert because of adrenaline, it can trigger chronic anxiety. New research from the American Psychological Association, they suggest that when adrenaline is constantly being released due to chronic stress, your brain starts to wire itself into a pattern of anxiety. You might feel like your mind is racing, your thoughts are spiraling, and your emotions are all over the place. But it's the adrenaline driving that mental chaos. Over time, this constant activation of adrenaline can actually change your brain chemistry. Research from UCLA shows that chronic stress can shrink the prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for higher order thinking, decision making, and emotional regulation. This means when your body is in a constant adrenaline-fueled state, you're not able to think as clearly or manage your emotions as effectively. You're essentially trapped in a stress cycle. And now let's talk about something else that's interesting, about a primary emotion, anger. Ever noticed how quickly anger can escalate when you're stressed? Well, it turns out that adrenaline is a big player in that emotion too. So from the top down, controlling anger is so important. Top down starting here. Studies from the Journal of Neuroscience have shown that adrenaline increases the activity in the areas of your brain that trigger aggressive behavior, like the amygdala and the hypothalamus. These parts of your brain are associated with strong emotional reactions like anger, aggression, and impulsivity. So if you're feeling angry or upset, adrenaline can actually magnify that feeling, making it harder to calm down and think through situations more logically. This is why you might find yourself snapping or getting frustrated easily when you're already stressed. Your body is flooded with adrenaline and it's in a state of high alert, ready to react with aggression or irritation, even when not necessary. It's like your body is stuck in overdrive emotionally. And here's the part that might surprise you. Adrenaline can actually interfere with your ability to regulate your emotions. When adrenaline is coursing through your system, it can prevent your brain from activating the parts responsible for emotional responses. This is why when you're in a high stress state, it's often much harder to think clearly or respond in a calm, collected way. A study from Johns Hopkins University found that chronic adrenaline release due to stress, trauma, or anxiety can create long-term emotional dysregulation. Essentially, your body gets stuck in a heightened state of alert, which prevents you from returning to a relaxed, balanced emotional state. This is why it feels so difficult to calm down once you've been worked up. The more adrenaline in your system, the harder it is to access your ability to regulate your emotions in a healthy way. Let's talk about how all of this connects to your mood. When adrenaline is constantly being triggered, it doesn't just create anger, anxiety, or stress, it can also start to affect your overall mood and your overall mental health. People who live in a constant state of high alert due to chronic stress or trauma often report feeling drained, depressed, or even emotionally numb at times. A new research from the National Institute of Mental Health found that constant exposure to stress hormones like adrenaline can lead to changes in neurotransmitter systems, especially serotonin and dopamine. These are the key chemicals responsible for feelings of happiness, pleasure, and emotional balance. So when your adrenaline is constantly taking over, it's literally hijacking your brain's ability to feel good and to maintain positive emotions. This is why you might always feel like you're in a bad mood or struggling with emotional ups and downs when you're constantly stressed. Your body is overproducing adrenaline and it's blocking your brain's ability to keep your mood stable. So if adrenaline is potentially controlling your emotions, what can you do about it? Well, this is a good question. The good news is you can start actually managing your adrenaline and take back control over your emotional responses. There are a few strategies that research has shown to help. Studies from the Mayo Clinic have found that deep, slow breathing can activate your parasympathetic nervous system and reduce adrenaline levels in your body. Focusing on your breath, especially slow, controlled exhalations, signal to your body that it's time to relax and it turns off the stress response. And exercise is a powerful way to burn off excess adrenaline and reduce the stress energy in your body. Research from the American Heart Association shows that short bursts of exercise can help regulate your adrenaline levels and improve your mood. Mindfulness practices like meditation or body scans can bring you back into the present moment, reducing your brain's sensitivity to stress. A study from the University of Oxford shows that mindfulness can directly reduce the body's stress response, including lowering levels of adrenaline. And cold exposure. Cold showers or splashing cold water in your face are simple, effective ways to shock your system and calm that adrenaline. Research from the Journal of Neuroscience found that cold exposure activates the vagus nerve, which helps turn off the fight or flight response. And sleep. Don't underestimate the power of a good night's sleep. Studies from the National Sleep Foundation show that consistent quality sleep helps to regulate your body's hormone levels, including adrenaline, and improves emotional regulation. So make sure you're getting enough rest to allow your body and mind to reset. And taking a good quality, highly absorbable magnesium before bed can really help you sleep like a baby, such as magnesium glycinate, L-threonate, or citrate. To wrap this up, adrenaline is a powerful force in your body that's designed to protect you in moments of danger. But when it's constantly activated by stress, it can hijack your emotions and leave you feeling out of control. The good news is that you can manage adrenaline levels and reclaim control of your emotions by using simple, scientifically backed techniques like deep breathing, exercise, mindfulness, cold exposure, and a good night's sleep. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button and share it with someone who may benefit from the information. Don't forget to subscribe on more insights for how to take control of your health, your emotions, and your life. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.